Okay, guys. I am going to go ahead and make this a live stream since I was actually trying to do a recording and I clicked my live stream hotkey. That was on me. Did not actually mean to do that, but things happen. More to the point, though, is as you can see, starting from the scratch, since I couldn't see the chat, people had questions. So going right here, I've made two different characters. Obviously, one from Guts and Berserk. I made a world called Berserk. Woo! And then you got Dayhawk, and then I made a world called Terra. And I have adjusted my settings for OBS, so you should be able to hear my voice better. I have chat open, so I should be able to see what you guys are saying. But let's go and jump back in. And I'm going to enter the world of Terra, which is what I made for my character Dayhawk. And we are jumping right on in. It's a large world, so that could take a bit. All right. We are officially back in. Okay, as you can see, I'm wearing the Soul of Terraria. Let's get this off. And put that on. Okay. That's off, that's on, that's on, that's off. Alright, this is what I've built. Basically, it's a simplistic home that is, well, quite advanced and, yeah, quite advanced. But it uses basically simple actuators. For those of you not familiar with actuators, they are actually little devices that you can place inside the square cells of this. To do that, you have to actually have access to the actuators, and this will show them. They're similar to wires. You use wire cutters to get them out, and you can also use this to turn them on and off. The key to actuators is in the setup with what you have. And keep in mind, gray pressure plates and other types of pressure plates will let NPCs click and let you click. I used the red ones for enemies, and then I used mine for just basically me. So gray ones for me to get around and make sure my NPCs can't get out, and reds for the enemies. Now, over here is an actuator test that I was actually running a little bit earlier in a previous apparent live stream that I didn't mean to make a live stream, but was a live stream so people everywhere saw it. So anyhow, as you can see, the blocks are inactive. The key with actuators is it lets you design things with unique shapes that you otherwise couldn't get with walls, and it makes it a wall. But basically, it inactively turns on blocks, actively turns them off or on. So on, off, and then they become background. Very simple, very straightforward, but actuators are pretty darn useful. But what I'm going to explain today is all the mods that I have active in this playthrough and what I'm going to be doing. And for those that might be curious, this right here is known as the Dual Wield mod. It makes things very, very fun. Very fun indeed. I've constructed most of these places out of different types of material. One's lava, another's meteorite, another's mithril. This is luminite. This down here, gold, silver, copper. Basically some of the basic materials. But let's start with the most obvious. There's a lot more I'm going to be doing with this world, and when I build the Coliseum, you're going to see why. But I plan to build a Coliseum for boss battles. But let's get down to the simple stuff. First one, you saw me using this. This is part of Magic Storage Mod. This mod lets you store items to, well, huge amounts of numbers from a source inside. It's basically a simpler way to keep things stored, and then you can utilize recipes from inside them. You will need a heart design one, so let's go and pop that up. I'll go and grab the magic storage. Alright, right here with magic storage, you need one of these. You need a heart chest. There's different multiple color ones, and you need to be able to use that to access your basic storage so you can store things. This right here is a wireless storage access, so anywhere in this world I can access it from this point with this, which will give me access to the magic storage. If I was near the dungeon, I could use it there. If I was on the other side, I could use it there. Basically, that's what it's useful for. It also has a crafting one you can add, which is right here, storage crafting interface. What I wish the mod creators would do is add the actual storage access point on the same one as this, so you could craft while you're away. That would be great. I don't know if they've got a concept of doing an update for that. It'd be great if they did. It'd be awesome. I would love it. But simply put, that is the storage access. And here's the crafting interface. Boink, boink, boink. I've got multiple different ones from different mods in here. And it basically adds all the recipes that are loaded in on these to here. And if you have the materials in your storage unit, you can craft them from this. It's extremely helpful. And for those that are just tuning in, yes, I've adjusted things on OBS, so you should be able to hear my voice a lot better than before. But that's the basic design with the magic storage and the crafting interface, which allows you to filter out different things, look for specific ones. It's extremely useful. I just wish they would add it to the wireless so you could craft out in the world without having to come back to base. It would be nice. But going here, then we're jumping over here to the auto chests. And as you can see, they've just been stocked. Every 3 days in Terraria time, every morning, they will auto stock materials based on what you crafted, what specific chest for what specific item. This one here, you've got collects jungle items. That's one that I'm using. This is my mining one. I added the most OP pickaxe I could find to this, and it basically, this is just after 9 days, and this is how much it's gotten. And if you're curious why it's 999, that's because I have the MaxStackPlus Mod added, which lets me over the top make things stack high. But that's that one. This one right here is for basic wood items that are out in the world, from jungle wood to standard wood to Bolium wood to anywhere else. This is gold. The number of lucky coins you add to it increases the amount of coins that you will get. So mine's rather slow because I only have 1 lucky coin in there. So then we got this. This one just collects dungeon items and underground items for that auto chest. This auto chest collects, depending on what world you created, if it's Crimson or Corruption, it will let you gather those items. The next one, this gets the chlorophyte ore, which is jungle ore, and that's hard mode. So technically speaking, it gets it early enough for me, so I guess technically speaking, I don't have to be in hard mode to access certain ones, but I think this one is coded, not that one, the ore collecting one, which is only collecting the pre-hard mode ores, because I'm not in hard mode and have not opened mithril, and chlorophyte ore is already available, but you can't get it because you don't have the mining power there. This gets gems. This one gets the stuff from the Sky Islands. This one collects basic other dirt and rock underneath the earth. And this one collects the chlorophyte, as we were talking about before. That's magic storage, and that's simple auto chests. I like simple auto chests if I'm doing a playthrough. I like the magic storage because it's extremely helpful in dealing with, well, just about everything that I like. It lets me store everything. But for items that I've already completed that are like together, I'll never put them in there. Because for me, there's no reason for a completed item to be in there if it has no material to craft to the next one. So I would just add them to here. These chests will eventually be filled with armors, weapons, and all kinds of already completed crafted materials that aren't going to go towards anything else in the future. This is part of the Fargos mod, which is the most OP mod in the history of all mods. In terms of items, it has the most OP accessories. There's nothing that tops Soul of the Universe, Soul of Terraria, but I do not like the Soul of Dimensions or the Supersonic Soul. I just don't. They make your speed so ludicrous you can't control it. I mean, I have a hard enough time controlling the speed that I got now. But yeah, that's basically those. Those are materials that I've got to add to my magic storage. Now, let's take a look here. Going up, I've already gotten to the actuators, what I've been doing with those, and my NPCs. I haven't fully got this all built out yet because it took me long enough to test out armors. I'm intending to test out quite a few fun little things here. Welcome back. The one thing that I want to show you guys is this over here on the map. You're probably curious. I haven't explored much of this world. I'm not using Heroes Mod anymore. I don't like the mod. It's more aesthetically pleasing, but it lacks the things Cheat Sheet does that makes Cheat Sheet just that much better. But I basically, a little secret for you guys, if any of you are looking to test modded weapons and armors, the best creature to test your damage resistance against is the Dungeon Guardian. I don't mean Skeletron. I mean the Dungeon Guardian, who's down there if you don't beat Skeletron. If you go down there with like your build and you want to see how much you can resist in terms of damage, he's the best one to test it on, because that will tell you your durability and what you can handle. I've been using him all the time to test everything, because I've gotten when I have a new build, testing it against a modded boss just isn't going to cut it. It really isn't. But getting along to this, I'm going to go through all the mods that I've got. The first obvious was magic storage. That allows you to store multiple items from a wireless source, which you can then access. It's a lot easier than chess. Depending on the material level, just like with pre-hard mode and hard mode, will increase the amount you can store. Stacking ability in the magic storage mod goes over 10,000. It probably can go even. It probably goes to 99,999. So MaxStackPlus doesn't really apply to this. I believe it just keeps going up and up and up. The next mod that I like to use, Item Checklist Mod. I haven't gotten around to really looking at this, but the Item Checklist Mod is designed to where you can check every item to make sure you've crafted it. It is multi-moddable. It adds every modded item, so you can check to see if you've crafted this item or not and go back and craft it if you're a completionist, like some people are. It's very hard to be a completionist in Terraria because you got vanilla and then you got that. You hit the wrong hotkey button, because I have my hotkey set up to do one for recording it and do one for live stream. And I just reset my OBS. So when I got into it, I thought I had all my previous settings saved because the original files for OBS were still saved. But apparently when you load up OBS on a new update, it won't carry over your previous settings. So I had to go back in and I changed it. I added the filters and the properties adjustments, so you should be able to hear my voice better, and the desktop volume should be much lower, so there shouldn't be any more issues with that. But my hotkeys, I just had to reset them, and now they're back to normal. But it happens, so I figured, what the hell, it's a live stream, just make it a live stream so you guys can see here. My live stream bitrate is much higher now, so everything is a 1020 by is at 1920 by 1080p, 60 FPS. So it's really nice. I like it. I'm not having any major issues with it now. My new PC is keeping up very well after the little incident with my Titan TIs. Both my dual cards got fried in a power surge, so I'm not very happy about that. But things happen, so you have to find ways to adjust. This is the Infinity Mod. This takes any item in the game, even modded items, and makes them infinite. So bottomless is what they refer to it as. Bottomless Urim Stimulant, bottomless Super Mana Potion, and bottomless Omega Healing Potion. Computer language? Alright, they're in your computer, and I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic, but in your computer you have things known as graphics cards. You have an integrated graphics card, or you have standalone graphics cards. I had a desktop with Titan TI 12GB VRAM, which with my RAM on the PC, which was 16 gigabytes, gave me 1028 dedicated video RAM. Basically, the point is Titan TI was the highest GPU you could buy. I got it on sale in Christmas last year, and during that sale, they normally run for almost $600. You probably didn't really have to send it in to be repaired from a blue screen. But my guess is you're probably not familiar with hard resetting or going in and doing all that, so you didn't want to risk screwing it up more than what it was. So I can understand if you took it or sent it to your computer place to get it fixed. I can totally understand that, but I'm an IT. I can do this all in my sleep. But the point is, my Titan TIs got hit during a power surge. I did not have a power surge protector set up with my desktop. As a result, during the thunderstorm, the electricity ran through it and they got fried. They had no surge protection or anything. I don't know what happened. They just got fried. They were unfunctionable. So the bottom line was I couldn't do anything about it. They both got fried. That was two $600 standalone graphics cards out the door. So I'm back order for 2 more, and I have to wait for them. That's all I can do. I have to wait. Auto repair. It couldn't auto repair. See, that's the thing though. You're relying on the system's ability to auto repair itself. I like to teach people that are my customers. I have a customer base for my computer IT company. So I have about 300 customers that I take care of. If you have issues with your system, send me a message. That way you don't have to send it to your computer repair place, and you can repair it from home yourself. And auto repair is just something that's built in the system. That's something that a standard computer novice would just try and hope would work. And if it doesn't work well, then they're like, oh darn, I've got to send it back to my computer company like HP, Dell, Acer, Asus, and get it fixed. And I know. I started getting into computers when I was 15. So you're at the exact age that I was starting to get really into them. So if you want to start nosediving, now's the time to do it. Believe me, just go to the library, spend your time 2 hours a day on the computer, looking up stats, understanding tech talk, and all this other stuff. But the point is, if you have any issues in the future, brother, send me a message on YouTube. I will most likely be able to respond to it in a timely fashion because I have notifications set up for VidMe, YouTube, my Twitch, and my Twitter. So just pop me a message, and I will tell you what you can do from the other end, so that way you don't have to send it back to your computer company, and then they repair it, and then you're sitting there at home staring at the wall with nothing to do because, you know, our computer generation is very introverted now. But jumping along, Infinity Mod makes everything bottomless or endless. It gives you endless this, endless that. A few people have mentioned to me about making a star farm, and I was doing that, and then I found out there's an item in this mod called Star Mine Endless, an endless star mine. When I tried it, I had 1,000 stars in 5 minutes. I was stunned, but yeah. Moving along, the next mod, Hunger Mod. It's this little icon right here, and I'm starting to starve, so there will be ill effects to that. But this is the Hunger Mod. It adds certain effects. Yeah, none of us really do. Our generation's very, very in the screen, but I like to go out myself. I maintain a social life. But with the Hunger Mod, it adds items that you can create farms, like literally farms, from everything from wheat to pumpkins, which you see already planted around, and tons of other stuff. And you farm them, cook them into things, and eat them. A mod that stacks really well with this is the Iku Sushi Mod. Something. I can't pronounce it fully, but ooh, excuse me. It adds tons of new content. But more to the point, and then we got here. This is the boss health bar. You guys should be familiar with this. It basically means a green bar that goes down here. Very straightforward. And then you've got the Fargos Mod. This mod is the most OP mod out there. There's no mod that surpasses this in terms of OP items. You would think Calamity would. No. No. Fargos Mutant Mod easily breaks all those boundaries. But I recommend never using the Soul of Dimensions or the Supersonic Soul. If there is a way to adjust the speed on these and make it optional, great, I'd love to use it. Otherwise, these two items are not worth crafting. Soul of Dimensions and that, but Soul of Terraria and the Soul of Dimension and the Soul of the Universe is very worth crafting. Keep in mind though, Soul of Terraria adds every buff in the game, every buff to you. However, it also increases those buffs to abnormally high heights. So unless you've got the processing power on your CPU, do not add the Soul of Terraria. It will lag you into nothingness. You'll be down to 1 FPS fighting the Devourer of Gods with tons of mushrooms, healing mushrooms, dozens of nanites, and tons of spiders just crawling all over the place. It gets crazy what this item does. That's why I usually only use Force of Spirit, but I do like Soul of Terraria. I can use it, but it will lag you. I kid you not. Moving on, GRealm. You need base mod and GRealm together. It's a Calamity add-on, and it basically adds more content onto Calamity. Basically more items and other things. There's nothing really different or special about it. It just gives you tons of new stuff on top of Calamity and adds it to Calamity. But the next one is Spirit Mod. This mod adds an extreme idea of just a world imbued with magic. Every creature you kill drops a piece of magic with it, and you pick it up, and that magic you use to craft stuff. Everything about this mod is just, it has more content than Calamity, and more content than Thorium, and more content than Tremor in terms of items. and bosses. I would say Calamity probably has the most bosses, possibly. Hard to tell. But that's basically this entire thing. I mean, Spirit Mod's got a lot. I don't like the armors. I like the items, but I don't like the armors. The armors are just... they're just not designed well enough to my liking, like Thorium and Calamity have done. But the Stellar Armor, that's the best looking armor in this mod. Easily. I mean, that armor looks beast. It's also pretty good. It's hard mode, but it is good. I like it. I would say it's about Mechanical Boss after them. Joost Mod. Its armors are horrible looking. Some of its bosses look atrocious, but Gilgamesh is fun to fight. The items that you get in the armors are basically based off a world of samurai. So if you like samurai stuff and you like being a weapons hound, this is the mod for you. But Joost Mod does add a little bit of content. Not a lot, but a little bit. Alright, and then right here you've got the... which mod was I looking at? There, Thorium Mod. This is my favorite mod. Easily. I love the Berserk concept that they added to it. I love the fact that it's based off Norse mythology. Other than Loki not being in it, which I find a little strange, but that's just how it goes. They added a lot of Berserk content to this to make it seem that way. So in my regular worlds, I add corruption, but in like if I want to do a Berserk theme world, I add Crimson, because Crimson's much more gorier and bloodier and more like Berserk than everything else. But they add concepts of Berserk like the Dragon Slayer, which is the Wyvern Slayer. They add capes, a lot of nice stuff that I like. Dual Wielding Mod. Basically, you can equip these or stack as long as the item's in your setup and put it up here with the dual wield. So I'll take that off. I'll take this off. I'll go to 1. And you can see I'm dual wielding those. If I put that, that'll make that, because it makes it either left-handed or right-handed. Everything in your left click is your normal weapon that when you hold down left click. Right click will use the other weapon. So in this case, I've got this right here. Hold down left click, Animus, and Earth. Stacking these two together gives you almost infinite life regain. So when you're fighting something, you can be in its face all day. Makes the battles a little bit more fun. But jumping back in, dual wield, then you got cheat sheet, which you see I'm using right here. I gave this back because I like the mod extensions compared to Heroes Mod. Heroes Mod's okay. It's like cheat sheet. It's much more aesthetically pleasing, but it's not. It just doesn't have the options that this mod does. Now, come to Calamity Mod. This mod has detail written all over. Every item, everything is detailed to the degree it's supposed to be. It's a great mod. You can't deny how much content there is in Calamity, and especially with the ability to craft. And the bosses are the strongest bosses out of all mods. Nothing tops the last 3 bosses, which is Devourer of Gods, the Jungle King, and Supreme Calamitous. I mean, they're just also great. But more to the point, you got come over here, boss checklist. That would be this right here. And the boss checklist got an update. It got an update. Now, it tells you what you need in order to summon each of these bosses. So you can look it up in the recipe mod. And that brings us to the recipe mod. Well, that's because it was originally a recording. I didn't see the chat. I didn't know what was going on. So I'm kind of doing a redo because for me, a live stream has to be a live stream and a recording has to be a recording. So there's a difference between my personalities when I activate them in each mode. But more to the point, the recipe mod also got an update. Now, for every item that you need to find an item for, it will tell you what drops that item. It tells you the monsters that drop those items. I mean, that's amazing. I begged them to add this in their forums and on their Discord for the longest time, and they finally did it. Keep in mind, you cannot scroll through these without a scrolling mouse bar on your mouse. I know it's a little annoying, but that's what you have to have. Or a special hotkey mouse that lets you do it. But it tells you everything you need in order to get a hold of these items or what they drop from and where you can find them. Because it makes everything easy. And then you can click the monster, and down here below, it gives you all the other items it drops. even if they're mixed. Calamity, Spirit. I mean, amazing. Now, you're probably wondering, Ymir's Crystal. It's every enemy appears to be able to drop it. That's because on every single enemy, it has a 0.00001% chance of dropping. Now, if you fight Ymir, it has a higher chance of dropping by 6.67%, which is nice. It is single-handedly the most OP weapon in the game, but in order to use it, they built in a code to it where you can't violate it. Until you defeat the Jungle King, it is not accessible, which means, say you beat Jungle King in one world, but then you bring it with you to another world, you have to kill the Jungle King in that world before you can use it again. It's a very frustrating thing, but I guess when it's the most OP weapon in all the mods, you're going to put some kind of restriction on it so people don't try to cheat sheet it and abuse it. Just say, oh, look at me, I'm so awesome, I'm firing this thing similar to Last Prism. But base mod, you need that for GRealm, it's a necessary mod. Auto trash mod, that's this mod right here. Any item that you add to it, that say you're getting tired of farming things, dirt, rock, you're tired of it filling up your inventory, or things that are just you don't want there, you just toss in auto trash based on the list of items you added will automatically delete it. Now you can remove these items from here. You just have to toggle it out and remove it with Alt. So if I don't want these items in there, I hold Alt and then I just click it. There you go, gone. And then I can disable if I don't want it there. Even if you did get it from the first enemy you kill, you still couldn't use it. Until the Jungle King's defeated, the weapon will only drop pieces of dynamite if you attempt to use it, which means it will kill you. It's a built-in safeguard because they made it so openly available, but they make it so endgame you can't use it. So it's like cheat sheet in Jungle King, beat him right off the bat, then you have access to it. But if you go to another world with it, it becomes useless. Just how it goes with Calamity. Calamity has good coders. They are very good coders. I'm stunned by the level of coding that they can do because they basically block cheat sheet from using the NPC killer, where you can basically kill an NPC, be it hostile, friendly, or hostile, and the Devourer of Gods can't die. He's immune to this. It's ridiculous. I love what Calamity did with that. It was a nice little add-on. But more to the point with the cheat sheet is then after that, AlchemistNPC. You get there's actually 4 mods that are in this. There's Apprentice Alchemist, the Brewer, and the Chest Salesman. Once you defeat an Eye of Cthulhu, the Alchemist and the Brewer will become available. The Brewer sells every potion in the game, even from all the mods. And it will let you use those items easier. It lets you buy it for 75 silver, 50 silver, and anything like that. I'm not going to attempt that because I don't want to crash, because I don't know if that'll work. But since we obviously see it goes over the MaxStackPlus limit of 9,999 and goes over 10,000, I'm fairly sure that it does go way over to like about 99,999. Pretty sure is the number that it'll stop at. Maybe. Don't know. I'll test it at some point, but just not during this. But that's the AlchemistNPC. It gives you the ability to make specialized potions, setups, and things like that. WorldGenPreviewer, that you use when you create a new world. You can watch the world generate on the screen in front of you. Mind you, if you don't have the processor for it, it will lag badly trying to load all that content in. This, I don't know what this is. I have no clue. I've looked through all the mods, and I just don't know what this abbreviation stands for. Wingslot Mod basically gives you access to an additional slot in your social slot. It makes it so it doesn't take up an accessory. Right there is the wing slot with the social slot. So I add Seraph Tracers. I will be upgrading it to the is it Elysian Tracers? Yeah, Elysian Tracers, and I'll be upgrading it to that. But I like to use Solar Wings because I think they're the coolest looking wing. They're just aesthetically pleasing to me. I just like how they look. But it gives you access to that. Keep in mind, when you're trying to add wings in there, it won't do it the normal way. See, look. Click. Click. I'm trying to add it, but it won't let me add it. It's something with the coding that they haven't fixed. So to add it, right-click it in. For this one, to get it in the social slot, hold down Shift, right-click, and that'll put it right in there. Done. It took me a little bit to figure that out, but I did figure it out. I have no idea. Sounds more like Minecraft when you say seed, like a backup. But first, I'll go through this stuff, though. I've got the Weapon Out mod. Weapon Out mod is obviously what you're seeing on the screen. Stands for what it is. The weapon is out. You can see it viewable. Every item in the game, other than some souls and some other things, are viewable in the hand of the sprite on the screen. Pretty straightforward. I like it. No, I know what you're talking about, brother. I know what you mean by the seed, but I don't know how to do that in Terraria, but I won't worry about that now. That's something for a much later time if I ever do look into that. But moving on, there is True Eater. That's Nightmares Unleashed. The sprites are sprites for Nightmares Unleashed are basic. They don't look that pretty. I can't deny I'm not too pleased with how they look, but it does offer content and new bosses. So that's why I added it, because once I got rid of Tremor because of the issue with the loading on the new recipe browser, I added the Nightmares Unleashed, Joost Mod, and GRealm. That gave me a lot of new content, which kind of replaced what I lost with Tremor. Simple auto chests let you farm specific items when you craft this chest from those items, and then you load it in. Some require you putting something in there in order to activate it further, as I explained in the beginning. Shorter respawn time. That's actually a mod extension. It's right here. I have it enabled. So thanks to that, I can insta-respawn. So it's nice. Moving on here. Then you've got Reforge Armor Mod. This allows you to add a modifier to your armor. And I'll go and show you guys that. Oh, walked in the lava. Doot. Doink. Well, hello, my old friend. And Reforge. I'm reforging armor. Shocker. There is a downside to this, and I'll actually go and show you. If you have a modifier added to your armor, and you know sometimes you like to display your armor after you're done with it. Well, I don't know if this is an issue with Reforge or with vanilla. I'm not sure. But if I was to add it to this, take my pickaxe, knock it off, and get it, the modifier is gone. Sad to say, that's an issue that I don't think they've resolved, or they haven't coded or realized is even present. But moving on from Reforge, then you got Reduced Grinding Mod. This is just for right at the beginning. There's nothing really extra special about this mod. All it does is make your beginning time in Terraria easier by giving you mining potions, so you can mine things faster. Alright, after that, Recipe Browser. You guys are already familiar with that. And then the More Chest Loot. More Chest Loot is extremely useful. It makes it so any chest you find in the world has more stuff in it. There's more things available, and it makes it a little bit more interesting to go into a chest that doesn't have the same aglite in it, or get like 1,000 freaking mirrors over and over and over. That can get a little annoying. Then you got more accessories. Yes, Diggy Hole. Simon Cowell, Yogscast. Love him. One of my favorite guys on YouTube. And he's one of the reasons why I watch the Yogscast. Freaking hilarious. But the Diggy Hole song, love that song. But Heart of Nature, basically, if I add it to my inventory slot over here, and then I right-click, it'll add an extra accessory slot. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm actually trying to work on a build that doesn't require all those extra accessory slots, that just requires these 5. And then I'm going to post the build online for you guys to show you that it'll make you immune to damage, or extra magic and stuff like that. Basically working on builds. MaxStackPlus Mod, as you're familiar with, gives me an overstack of 9999. And then we jump back to magic storage. Those are all the mods that I'm using in my OP playthrough. This will be me basically testing out gear against different types of bosses, and even putting the test of them up against the might of The most ridiculous of them all, the Dungeon Guardian, which in fact I probably could go over there and see how much I can take with this on, but I don't have any wardings on. So, but if you really want to test armor builds that you've got and see what you can do, don't test damage, just test your durability. He's the guy to test it on. Testing damage on him is pointless. Everything that hits him deals 1. There's no point in attacking him other than that, because you're basically going to be hitting him for 19,999 times over and over and over. Now, to satisfy a watcher that's watching now, brother, Stungeon, wait, hilarious. There's something you wanted to see. Remember, you mentioned the Omni Blade. You were like crabtacular, going crazy, like, oh my god, I've got to see this weapon. It looks amazing. I want to see what it does. It has nothing really special about it other than adding a debuff, but it is huge. I will not deny that. So I'll put it on my back. Hit that, and there's the size of it. And if you hold it, that's how fast it is. That's the Omni Blade. You can dual wield an Omni Blade too. Put it right there. And as you see, there's that Omni Blade, and then if I add 2, it gets even more insane. And it'll even tell you your bonus you get when you dual wield certain weapons together. He's like, I know what it does. It's fast, though. If you knew why it did, then why'd you keep asking me, come on, do one about the Omni Blade? Like, you were so excited. Like a cheerleader. Woohoo. Well, you actually weren't the only one. I had 5 other people. After you mentioned Omni Blade, I get 5 messages saying, hey, can you do one about the Omni Blade? Can you show me one about the Omni Blade? I want to see one about the Omni Blade. I'm like, sheesh. I didn't think people wanted to see Omni Blade that bad, but apparently everyone's a Sephiroth fan. You're all fans of Sephiroth, and I get it. He's one of the best villains, if not the best villain of all time. He was badass. He went from good to bad. I mean, the paranormal shift. And Final Fantasy VII left a big happy thing on people, and that's where that blade's inspired from. It is inspired from Sephiroth's big long katana. So yeah, or if you play Crisis Core, you'd get that in there with him when he's fighting against his 2 brothers. But that's the basis of that. Oh, Candy Apple. That's an effect that gives you 20 hearts. But that is everything for what I will be using. If I add any new mods, it will be in the description. And I intend to do boss fights and testing different armor builds. And I want to do some like unique aesthetics to different types of armors that are in it. This build just was my favorite because I just like how it looks. I like that little thing on the back on the Orc Tesla set where you're literally carrying around like you're walking around like you're a god or something. And you got the cool solar wings with the effects with solar dye. I mean, it just looks good. I tried it with other dyes. It just looked terrible. I was like crying. I was like, oh my god, this is ugly. I like my stuff to look really nice. Oh yeah, and Soul of the Universe got an update with Fargos where it now includes the Heart of Nature. So now the waifus are part of it. Hi, waifu 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I got a harem. A harem of waifus. Not in the type of harem you perverts are all thinking. Just, you know, the opposite kind of one. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Spectacular. Stupendous. Awesome. But that's it. That's it for this modded look over of stuff. I will be doing more. Some recordings and stuff. Dynamite traps to blow up bosses. I would love to see you do that to some extremely overpowered Calamity bosses on Revengeance mode and see if it works. Because it won't. But I will be doing some interesting stuff as I'm going. But actually, for this, I think I'm going to do one special fight. And just to show you what I've been playing with here, coin. Okay, so it's still nighttime. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Sky Island where I've been fighting these guys. I know. Everyone's computer's out of town at this point. But I'll show you guys a little something special. I'll do a boss fight with this build. And this boss can pretty much take it, even though he's not from the Calamity Mod. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's right over there. Alright, you can only summon it at night, but this is the Ragnarok, the end of the world. Let's give the Ragnarok a shot. Just gotta wait for it. Oh, there he is. They can't do much damage to me because of the WorldGenPreviewer armor's tankiness. Yep, Ragnarok. As you can see, I'm already doing tons of damage thanks to the Animus. This blade's ridiculous. But if you do anything of 3,000 DPS or more against them, apparently they enrage earlier. So I'm not really too worried about it. Now I'm using Earth with the Animus, even though it's kind of glitched out, you can't see it. Well, they blew up. Well, get out of my face. Akram wouldn't have any chance against these bosses. Oh, God, no. As you can see, I'm doing very little damage to them because of the limit to damage you can actually do to them. Because that's a coding built into Thorium Mod. Woohoo! My favorite part of the fight's coming up here soon. As you can see, my health has not gone down barely at all, and if I do, I regain it, thanks to Animus. Not an effective Animus, but it's an effective weapon that I'm wearing. Love the music with Ragnarok. It's pretty good. That's right, cabbage. Cabbage all around. As you can see, he's taking barely any damage, so I'll have to increase it. There we go. And there's Ragnarok's broken form, the dying reality. And he died. Relatively simple because of WorldGenPreviewer. I could probably step it up with the Cosmic Worm. I guess I could go after the Devourer, but he spawns twice and that takes too long. Long fight, long fight. What, you want to see me fight the Devourer of Gods? I'll wait for a response. Ragnarok. Pick that up. If you want to see the new Devourer of Gods, I can show it to you. This is not Revengeance, though. This is just normal expert mode. So it's at least somewhat challenging. All right, here he comes. And the music with him is pretty good, so try to listen for it. There's going to be some lag because of the amount of stuff on screen. I think my Animus has got over 10,000 damage. Oh crap, he hit me with his head again. Alright, I defeated this form. Here comes the second form. Let's get rid of these. Now if this was Revengeance, he'd be hitting me a lot harder and he probably would have killed me there. God, Ragnarok put up a better fight. Alright, here he comes. I gotta avoid his head this time because he can one-shot OTK you. Well, that's thanks to Earth mainly. Earth does a lot of damage, but also does health regain. And there he hits me. Fortunately, I've got about 80% damage resist. Oh, do not let the lasers hit. Going up. I've got to be packing over 10k damage as the base modifier for this because there's just no way this should be hitting me like this. Gonna regain some health. There we go. I'll drink a potion. I wouldn't normally be fighting Devourer with this. That's a good question. I'll have to do a video on that at some point. Alright, close to beating him now. Now, oh, there he goes. He exploded. There we go. Okay. Woohoo! Welcome. This is a rather short live stream, sadly. A god does not die and all this other stuff he yells as he talks. This is stuff that's part of Calamity Mod. Did I just say mad? Hit me in the face. Calamity Mod. This is gear that I'm mainly wearing from Fargos and Calamity Mod. And, oh yeah, it's definitely a mod. But this is part of my OP playthrough in my world where my character is just overpowered. But, like, there's certain bosses that can murder me, like the Jungle King. And right now, I'm not even using Revengeance mode. Right now, this is Expert. If I was in Revengeance mode, whoo boy, I would have been taking twice as much damage as what I was taking there. Love this magnet. Makes life easy. To get this, this is Terraria T-Mod Loader. Keep in mind, mods add more stress to the CPU and to your RAM, so you gotta have the computer for it. Depends on what you use and the amount of content. Right now, I'm using a Supermodded version, and it's a whole lot of stuff. But the list of the mods is actually in the description of the video if you want to take a look at it. You need to install T-Mod Loader for Terraria. There's tons of tutorials on YouTube on how to do it. It's very simple. And once you get them, you can add it. It's free. Terraria itself is $9.99 if you've already got the vanilla version. T-Mod Loader is completely free. The mods are all free. Of course, if you feel like you love the contents that some of these guys create, you can donate to their mods. One thing I've been getting ready to do is donate to Calamity Mod, because I mean not Calamity, Thorium, because I kind of want them. Oh no, I want to donate to Calamity and Thorium because I want them to make all of Guts' gear from Berserk and add it to Thorium, and I want them to then make a special Jungle King urine armor for 3rd tier. I mean, it'd be great. Oh, yes, you need PC for this version of Terraria. Yeah, I know, it's sad. Consoles don't support mods at the moment for some games. It's just how it goes because, I mean, a computer is a free-roaming piece of hardware where you can just do almost anything you want with your PC. But PC, I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, consoles, they're terrible. PC Master Race is where you want to go all the time. But yeah, that was a battle with Devourer of Gods and Ragnarok. I could do Ragnarok again, but I don't want to do it over here because everyone would die. And then I'd lose all my NPCs and cry. Maybe. Depends on when I want to really feed myself into Starbound. Because when I'm in a game, I tend to focus on that one game for a very long period of time. I've been on Terraria since 2011. You can make yourself immortal with computers. There's no denying it. You can. I wasn't virtually immortal. If you saw what Devourer was doing to me, I was taking 1k hits. You want to see me kill the Moonlord. I don't know if I can summon him now because I haven't defeated the Wall of Flesh. I could try. I just have to get the sigil. Let's see. Alright, well, I don't know if he'll get summoned or not. It's worth a shot. We'll see. But I'll kill him relatively super fast. This is Expert Mode. This is not Revengeance, though. If this was Calamity Revengeance with Expert Mode, he'd be a lot tougher than he is now. I mean, Calamity takes everything to the next level. Oh my god, he does get summoned. Okay, well, I can live with that. Oh, hi, Moon Lord. What's up? Come on, give me your hand. That hand's gone. Where's this hand? Oh, wait, he closed it. Oh, there. Now it's open. Come here. Come here. Oh, didn't get it. Oh, there we go. Ah, screw it. I'll have to switch to my ranged. Homing missiles. Okay. That's the Moon Lord in expert mode defeated with Calamity items, which is not really a good comparison, guys. I mean, this may be, I know this is your first time probably seeing it, but this really is not a comparison. Really? King Slime? That's the best one you could come up with? King Slime. Oh boy. I'll just satisfy the masses then, and we'll go with it. I'll have to get the crown. Let's summon a King Slime. I bet he's tough. Fact is, I bet I could just stand here and kill him without having to do anything. See, here he comes. I'm just going to stand here. He'll just kill himself. Sandwich eating Groudon. Yeah, it's not really it's not a fair comparison when you're using Calamity modded items. How would I do this? Why don't I do a mass summoning? There is a item in GRealm that you can use. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go and pop. Just missed it. Yes, that's the space whale. That's a Calamity or Thorium. It's Calamity. Let me get GRealm again. Or is it Fargos? I think it might be Fargos Mod that has the boss summoners. Lets you summon a multitude of the same boss over. Oh, here we go. This might be it. Where is it? Mass summon several Skeletron primes. I can mass summon a whole crap ton of them. And they'll probably lag me to death because there'll be so many. Let's start with Eyes of Cthulhu, I guess. Is this it? Oh, summon all 3 mechanical bosses, but you can only do it at night. So, let's grab my... I'm not fighting the Jungle King. He can actually kick my butt. I'm nowhere built to deal with him. I can dodge him, but I don't have the setup that I like to use for him. He will destroy me. There's no denying he would. He'd just look at me and be like, hey, Dayhawk, what's up? Hey, what's up? Well, that's it. Alright, I'm going to grab the Night Changer potion. There we go. Now it's nighttime. Okay. This... where is it? Let me get my magic storage up, and I'll alt this in. Where'd it go? There it is. Alt. And I'll just deposit all. And take that out. Okay. I'll drink my potion. Now let's try this with the multi-summon. Here we go. Here come all 3 mechanical bosses. Destroyer won't be able to reach me up here. I don't know why I'm up here. Oh, here they come. Whoa. There we go. And boom. And boom. Momentary lag there. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Oh, thanks. And actually, I can make a suggestion to you, 5 Regent, if you want to watch some Terraria content. First of all, what I'm using here is from mods. So in no way can it be compared to vanilla. Keep that in mind. But check out Chippy Gaming, Chippy's Couch. The Destroyer can fly. No, he didn't fly. He just had to reach up with his extremely elongated body in order to reach me. It was a very difficult climb for him, though, I'm sure. But, alright, I'll give you guys the Devourer of Gods since a bunch of you are here now, and we can show this. So, who wants to see Devourer of Gods? I mean, the name sounds epic. I mean, who wants to see it? He's pretty fun to fight when he's not lagging you to death because of the collision lag. But let's up it. He's got good music too, so enjoy. Oh, crap. He still hasn't... I can't damage him yet. And there we go. Okay, here's Devourer of Gods. He's got close to 1,000,000 HP. But this is just normal expert mode. If I had this on Revengeance, he'd be hitting me way harder. Alright, I guess I have no choice but to use Earth. This is just his first phase, though. He has a second phase after this. And I'm not even on Revengeance mode. If I was on Revengeance, this would be way worse. Take out all these mini dudes, so that way I can deal with this. I'm not sure what you mean by mechanic. If you're referring to a mechanical NPC, yes. Derp iPad. Yeah, it's a little derpy. All right, here comes the second form. Look at how cool that looks. This is the latest update, too, that Calamity did. I really love this update of him. Oh my god, Earth just makes this too easy. No, there is not that. Listen to that music, guys, that theme music. There is a YouTuber on here called DM Dokuru. I should put him in my feature channel, and he actually developed all the soundtrack music for Calamity Mod, and it's really good. Gotta get past those lasers. Ah! Okay. I used the Omni Blade against the Devourer of Gods, and I died. I used it against Ragnarok, and I won, but that's only because my armor can tank Ragnarok. And Ragnarok's the end boss for Thorium Mod. Can't even compare it to frickin' Calamity bosses. Alright, he's coming back up here. I just gotta watch out for his head. Alright, let's get him. Yeah, Terraria on PC is a lot more fun than it is on console. Hands down. Just get a Steam account, download it, and you're good to go. Yes, I do. It's Dayhawk 101. Man, he's about to die. There we go. Ah, don't want to get hit by that. Okay, I'll pick up all this. Yeah, pretty much. It's only $9.99, so it's relatively cheap, and mods are free. So, where is? Oh, there's the drops. It's like, where's my drops? If you guys are wondering what this item is, it's called the Greedy Magnet. It's from Thorium Mod. But yeah, this item actually gives you. This item lets you pick up items at a distance that are buried underground that you can't reach normally. It's a thorium item. I like it. And, oh, I see. So you were talking to him. I feel left out now. But, yeah, that's that. I'll show you guys a fight with Ragnarok then. I see no reason not to, because this is an OP playthrough. I might as well just feature it. Let's go with the coin. This is the final boss in Thorium Mod. Nothing tops this boss in this particular mod, but I'll go in and add him. Ragnarok's pretty fun to fight. He makes things interesting. The music's great, though. Music's really good. Where is he? Oh, here he comes. And yes, Ragnarok is stronger than Moonlord by miles. And he's a lot cooler. In fact, I might just show you the fight with Gilgamesh. This is a magic item from Spirit Mod. I like it. I really like it, actually. But this is the Animus Blade. I love this weapon. There's a cooler weapon that you can get from the Jungle King that I haven't gotten yet. It's called the Burning Sky. well, it basically fires meteorites or fireballs from the sky and just covers the entire area. I think you guys enjoy Terraria because you like the boss fights because they can be a little bit fun if the bosses are actually cool. Yeah, I like the bosses from Thorium and stuff. This is one of my favorite boss fights, if not my favorite, because I just like fighting Ragnarok. I mean, think about it. You're fighting the end of the world. But these guys can withstand up to 3,000 DPS damage, so even if I'm hitting them for like 10k, the reduction in their coating that's built in just makes it harder to kill them. Alright, even after I beat this, though, here comes the end. The undying reality. No, I can't. As I was saying in the beginning, for those who didn't tune in before, the Skeletron I could beat easily. But the Dungeon Guardian is the guy I used to test how much damage I can take. He can 3-shot me, even with this build. I don't use abbreviations. I'm not a text speaker. I like to type it all out. Let's see, what other bosses... Oh yeah, I want to show you guys Gilgamesh. That one's actually pretty fun. Gilgamesh actually is from Joost Mod. He's one of the end bosses. He's right here. And you need a Exacal pole thing. I'll just type it in, and then I should be able to find it. Here it is. Okay. Summons him and his sidekick. Gilgamesh, for those of you who know Fate/Stay Night, he's that character, yes. But this is a little bit better. Alright. Summoning him now, and here he comes. Him and his friend, apparently. Come on. Gilgamesh. Whenever Gilgamesh can actually phase through... You know what? Okay, fine. I'll take it down here. Gilgamesh, I'm over here, buddy. Come on. Why are you not following me? Follow me this way. There you go. The first phase of the fight is boring as bananas. I'm not kidding. It's just boring. I like the second phase. I'll just swap to Earth. Earth is much more damaging for these guys. These guys got 500,000 HP each. Jeez. But yeah, this is not the funnest boss fight. I prefer Ragnarok to this thing. There's a Cactar. Any of you are familiar with him. Take it out. I'm going to dual wield. Okay, here we go. Well, that's mainly because of my force of will item that I've got on. It creates a number of attacks that you can see. But here, I'll let you guys get a glimpse of the bosses at least. There we go, second phase. 9,999, almost a million. Crap, crap, stay away from me, stay away from me, stay away from me. And that one hurts quite a bit. Are you going to let me attack or what? Dungeon Guardian, if you're referring to Skeletron, I find Skeletron extremely easy. But if you're referring to the Dungeon Guardian himself before with the 19,999 is ridiculous. Alright, I gotta swap to Earth because I need to get more damage on him. Gilgamesh is pretty fun. Boss looks pretty cool. Except when he starts doing his damage reduction crap and makes himself immortal. Because as you can see, I normally would be DPSing him for like well over 27 to 30k, and here he is tanking it like, oh, I've got defense reduction on. I'm sorry. Okay, the Dungeon Guardian is OP no matter what. If you build a Hoik, with, like Ymir showed, you can actually just troll him to the center and just kill him with a yo-yo. And that's just slow and steady. But that's abusing sprite AI, and I find that boring. There we go. But if you want to see how much I can tank from him, because normally you'd think in vanilla mode, no matter what armor you wear, no matter what, he one-shots you. He'll one-shot you if he hits you at all. With Tesla armor, though, I can take about 3 to 4 hits from him. I'm going to wear my best gear for this so you guys can see how much damage he actually does. So this should be interesting. Let's put my best gear on. There we go. There's the soul. Oh, by the way, I do have 2,330 H, 2,330 HP. So it's a lot. But Dungeon Guardian can still beat the living snot out of me. But when I'm testing my builds, I like to use him as a reference point. He's fun. If you're curious about this music, this is stuff from the Spirit mod. Apparently, I must have triggered something when I defeated... Who did I defeat to make it... Oh, it's glowing at night. Never mind. It's just a night thing. It's like early hollow, but not really. Oh, mushroom heads. Okay. Going this way. Dungeon Guardian, here I come. Don't take that out of context. Dungeon's clear on the other side. Ugh. I should get my upgraded tracers so that way I can move faster. I'll just dash. 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 No matter what, the Dungeon Guardian will kill me with this build. It doesn't matter. I've been working on a perfect damage reduction build that will just nullify what he does, but nothing really does. I mean, he just hurts. And you can't kill him with any weapon. No matter what weapon you hit him with, it's always 1 damage. Unless you get a critical. If you can crit him to death, you can do 2, 3, or 16. Alright, getting close to the dungeon. Oh, hello, Skeletron. Okay, let's go piss off a Dungeon Guardian. Make him super angry so he picks a fight with me. Alright. And he will be coming out eventually right here. Normally he gets... Oh, there he is. Am I actually tanking his damage? Oh, no, no. Here comes the damage. Wait. How am I still surviving this? Normally he hits me and kills me. Look at how much DPS he's doing. Oh, nope. Here we go. Alright, he's slowly killing me. As you can see, the DPS he's dealing is close to 300,000, and somehow I'm still... Look at how many have gotten summoned. There's like 5 of them there. Should I try hitting him? Okay, let's see how long until he kills me. World record, maybe? I don't know. This isn't what I was expecting. Normally he one-shots me. Must be all the buffs. Let's see. Increase life regen. Life regen, damage reduction, Ymir's power. Wow. I mean, he normally murders me and I'm actually tanking him. Okay. I take back what I said. Normally he kills me. Apparently, Soul of Terraria. Wait, I'm going to try this. Let's find out. Oh, yep. It's Soul of Terraria that saved me. It's totally all Soul of Terraria. Yeah, somehow I'm regenning through it. But if I go back to this, he'll kill me. Watch. Somehow I killed him. Don't know how. But he should kill me now. Come on, murder me, dude. There we go. Okay. That took a bit, but he did successfully kill me. It appears Soul of Terraria is far more OP than I thought. Yeah, a lot for the damage that this dude deals. You saw the DPS he did to me there. It was almost 300,000 DPS. 300,000. And still Soul of Terraria tanked it. I think it was the amount of healing orbs that was being generated by Soul of Terraria. So as he was attacking me, I was just healing. That might have been the case. But still, that's it. I mean, apparently I killed him a couple times because now I've got bone keys. He died a couple times. Huh. He even dropped a treasure bag. Well, I'm going to alt this, and then I'm going to open up my storage. I'll deposit all this stuff in. Doop. Okay, let's see what he gave me. Oh, no, that's Gilgamesh's treasure bag. My bad. Guess he doesn't drop treasure bags. Wow, still as bad as that. Oh, that's right. Wait. Wow, that's crazy. So I was doing 300,000 DPS while just standing there. Sorry, that threw me for a loop, guys. I've never had the Dungeon Guardian survive, kill me like that. I mean, not kill me like that, but he actually, I found a, wow, Soul Terraria by itself. Pretty ridiculous. This accessory, no matter how I look at it, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Soul of Terraria. But yeah, Dungeon Guardian hurts like crazy. Still. Alright, guys. That's it for this live stream. For those of you who are just tuning in, just click that like, that subscribe button, that notifications. You'll get updates when I'm posting content. I'll be doing a build series in this world, and I will be doing a boss rush series again. And I will be doing weapon previews and armor previews and things like that. That way you guys can get the gist of everything that's going on with all these mods and the crazy uber tier OP items that they have. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.